This morning I got up and I don't know what happened, but unfortunately I had about 5 of my baby frogs pass away overnight. I don't know if it was the water got too cold because it was by the door. So today I'm going to find a fish tank, a small one, give them a nice water change. Next to the sad news about the baby tadpoles, I've had quite a few people ask me a little more about my dart frogs and what exactly they eat, and they're supposedly highly poisonous. Yes, they are a very poisonous frog, but only in nature. In captivity, they have no real heavy toxins in them. I mean, don't lick them, you don't want to play with them much, but it's not going to kill you. Second thing, what they eat. Well, they eat fruit flies. And these ones are special because, believe it or not, they can't fly. Now, how they make them so they can't fly, I'm not too sure. Nice thing about the fruit flies is once you have a batch, you can just start making your own batches. You buy some special mixture, you mix it up. 2-3 weeks later, you get a ton of eggs, and next thing you know, you got tons of flies. To make a new culture of fruit flies, what you gotta do, take your cultures that are already hatched. Again, you're just gonna, I like using this big container so it's way easier. Pop the lid off, they're just gonna start jumping out. Keep tapping. What you wanna do, tap here, they don't come out. You wanna get about 150 flies if you can. So now, as you can see, in here, I just tap them all down into the corner there. I've got all those there. I take them, I dump them into this cup here. This cup itself has got calcium vitamin mix. It's good for the frogs, keeps them healthy, keeps their colors really nice. Basically, you just want to shake them around, get them all nicely coated. And after you got that, you want to shake off the extra dust. You really don't want to put it into your tank with the frogs or into your new culture of flies. Basically taking your new fly culture food. I got my big shaker here, another cup. I'm just gonna dump them all out in there. Give them a good shaking and tap, make sure they're not covered with too much dust, and then plop them right into there. We got an escapee. Right into the new batch. Of course, date it so you know what day you made the culture, so you can keep track of when they should hatch. So in about 3 weeks, month, we'll have another new batch of flies. We do the same thing again and just keep that cycle going. Try to do it every 2 weeks, so that way if you have a culture go bad, you always have another culture to fall back on and keep feeding your frogs. And you shouldn't have any problems at all. So those are all the containers I have right now with flies in them. Oh, there you go. That's how you make a new fruit fly culture for your dart frogs. Pretty easy. I did try to make some of my own homemade recipes that I found online. I had some success, but problem with those is lots of times you'll end up getting molds growing in them. Molds aren't good. They'll kill off the flies. You don't want to feed it to your frogs. Now that I got a little batch of flies covered in calcium again, cleaned off in the cup, we just pop her in here. Give the frogs a couple of seconds and they'll be out eating. Here comes one now. Oh, here comes the second one. They were hungry. So I've been having these guys lay eggs since last year, but I've had no luck getting baby tadpoles out of them. They lay on the grass or on a leaf. The male comes behind the female, fertilizes them, I just haven't had any luck getting fertile eggs yet. I don't know if the male's too young yet or he's just not doing it right. Well, hope that answers some of your questions on dart frogs and what they eat and how you feed them and how you make more food for them without having to spend a fortune. Again, if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask. This weather, I don't know what to say. Spring was so beautiful. All they kept saying it was going to be a long, hot summer. All we've had is rain. I think it's worked out to be like 2 weeks of sunshine, maybe through the whole summer, and a month of rain. Hail. Where's summer? Of course, it's got to be the one on the bottom. Success! Looks good. I think it's gonna hold water. I hope. Next, gotta give the Mrs. Frogs a water change because I need the water from their tank to fill this one up. If I use tap water, I will kill the rest of the babies instantly. That would suck. Down to 3. I don't know what's killing them. If I'm feeding them too much, which is probably the issue. But there's a lot more water, a lot more oxygen in there now. Hopefully these 3 that are still alive make it. Fingers crossed. As rain keeps falling in the 403, one last thing I wanted to show you because I'm so impressed. My first crop from my garden. Some lettuce, some tomatoes. Gonna have a homemade salad tonight.